Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This podcast, I delve into my subconscious and invite ChatGPT to analyze and interpret my dreams. This dream comes from January 21st, 2025. I was at Josh's apartment and a bunch of friends were coming over. Looked outside and saw a tactical team going over past the house, went outside to see what was going on, and the FBI agent or somebody in charge told me to get inside and that they were getting some people at the beach. I looked outside Josh's window and he seemed to be living on an army base, and everyone outside was doing drills, running around, and there was a person putting a bird on a rope by its head and rappelling down it. I was on a skyscraper and a band, The Far Side, was playing. Your dream seems to be processing themes of authority, surveillance, unpredictability, and counterculture. Law enforcement and tactical team. Seeing an FBI tactical team suggests themes of power, restrictions, or external forces beyond your control. Being told to get inside implies either a feeling of powerlessness or being forced to comply with authority. Getting people at the beach could represent a conflict between happening what should be a peaceful place, perhaps an invasion on personal or social spaces. You may feel like your forces beyond your control are shaping your environment, or that you're being watched, regulated, or limited by your choices. Army base setting. Josh's home suddenly turned into an army base represents a shift from a casual to rigid, structured, and controlled environments. Soldiers running drills, strict discipline, routine, and control. A bird being hung by its neck and rappelling down the rope, a strong, unusual image that could symbolize restriction, oppression, or forced submission. You might be processing themes of a rigid control versus personal freedom. It could reflect real world social structures, world life pressures, or a feeling like you have to conform. The bird could symbolize a desire for freedom being suppressed. Skyscraper and the far side. A skyscraper usually symbolizes high ambition, a bird's eye view of being above the chaos. The Far Side, a hip hop group known for this rebellious and alternative style, could represent breaking free from social norms, nostalgia, or a connection to an old school, free spirited mentally. While this part of the dream reflects a rigid control, the far side represents a direct contrast, representing rebellion, freedom, and counterculture. This suggests a subconscious tug of war between disciplines and breaking free from expectations. Final interpretation: control versus freedom. Your dream presents a conflict between authority and the rebellion, surveillance and external pressures. You may feel like the forces are beyond your control are influencing your personal space. Suppression freedom, a desire to be free but feeling trapped or restricted in some way. Nostalgia and identity. The far side plane suggests a connection to your past self, a carefree version of you, or a longing for artistic expression freedom. Reflection questions. Do you feel like the external forces are controlling your life choices right now? Is there a conflict between what you should do and what you want to do? Do you miss the past era of your life that felt more free, more creative, or less constrained? This dream suggests you're balancing structured and personal expression, figuring out when to follow the rules and when to break free. If you have any intriguing dreams, please share them in the comments below. Thank you and see you in your dreams.